What up? So I go around the internet to break down authentic YouTube brands. We made over $100 million last year with 1 billion views. Look at the website. Cool screenshot. I know. Now let's go into Samuel Onuha's channel because he is different, and that's why it worked so well. If you hear either something outside, that's the road. If you hear someone talk, there's a retard in the corner of my room. So he might accidentally show up sometime or leave a review as well. Anyway, let's go into the sauce because I'm not trying to waste your time. Samuel Onuha obviously randomly spawned on YouTube, Dutch entrepreneur from Amsterdam, and he started speaking in English. Well, his first videos were in Dutch, and then he went on to English and English content, and he blew the fuck up. And everyone's like, oh, that's because he's a millionaire, and that's because he has a lifestyle in Dubai, and he's the models, and he goes to the parties, and he has like the twin brother thing, like dynamic that Andrew Tate also has. That's all part of it, but that's not the reason why it went so well. You, all of you, like you, the viewer, but all of the viewers, you don't understand the heavy lifting that's been done on these videos. Why guys like Charlie Morgan, Imagazi, Alex Ramosi, but even Speed, Mr. Beast, Aiden Ross, 6ix9ine, he's now streaming. Why those guys go viral? It always has a reason, but no one ever understands why. And once you understand why, you can use it in your favor. So in this case, why did Samuel Onuha's videos work so well? I will give you a second to think. Like, look at these videos, all over 500,000 views. Very, very similar. 500,000 views usually. These were, let me see, these were more in the beginning. Why do you think? You think money, girls, brother, Dubai, shopping spree, e-commerce. All of these are the 80%. But a lot of people have that 80% of rich lifestyle and cool life, whatever. The thing that they didn't have, that Samuel Onuha had, well, he actually had a shitload of money, which most people pretend to have. So he actually bought like an orange Lamborghini just for fun, and he went to like the Champions League final for like 50 grand. He is super arrogant, and that is usually a bad thing if that's hindering you. But it's authentic to him. He is like this. That's his true authentic character. If you ever watch his videos, him bragging for some reason seems normal. Whereas if you see Charlie Morgan bragging, it feels so awkward. Or Alex Ramosi, if he would be bragging, it's so awkward. It is just someone's personality style. And those things are different. If Charlie Morgan explains to you the millionaire principles, you listen because he seems like the nerd in the back of the classroom that knows what he's talking about, because that's the energy that he has. That's authentic him. Samuel Onuha is that cool kid that was always super loud and the funny guy that got all the girls, and that was like very brutal and was going to the gym already, and he was that guy. He got sent out of the classroom by the teacher. He's like, you go to the, well, I don't even know, like to the head of the department, whatever, and then he had to stay after class, probably in Dutch. So I know what Dutch system is like because I'm Dutch myself. Anyway, completely irrelevant. He's that guy, and that is authentic to him. I saw this one Instagram reel like a few hours ago from two footballers, like Carlos Tevez. He played football like his life depended on it. Like he had to actually save cities in Argentina and in South America. Why? Because he did. He was feeding families at home, like whole families. And then he compared him to Pirlo, the Italian maestro from Juventus. He played with so much calmness and peace and preciseness. I think that's how he said it. That's because he grew up in a rich family. That's him. It makes him him. And you might think, okay, this is the weirdest comparison I've ever heard. It is someone's personality. Those things, me and my brother are completely different. I am very much outside. I'm traveling the whole world. My brother is locked up in a small apartment in Norway with his girlfriend, and he loves it. That's his life. It works perfectly for him. I'm everywhere on social media, and I want to do that shit. I'm doing cool stuff. I moved in with one of my best friends. That's what I want to do, and we're going everywhere in the world, and that's both fine. But you gotta find that thing for you, what's real. If I'm gonna make these videos, So me with supermodels in Dubai or in Mexico, a 30 million a year villa in I don't know where it is, Marbella or something. It's super inauthentic. I care more about the cars, for example. So I personally, if I get super rich and traveling, I would make more like content about that stuff, like new places and mostly about cars. It's different. Everyone is different, and you are different. And Charlie Morgan would never make videos about his car. And I would never really show that many girls in my content because I don't like to be associated with that online. So you gotta, if you really want to take this like a super nerd, you can sit down and think, who am I? And write down a few words. Like, am I quite analytical? I overanalyze everything. So if, like, I take the same routine with the same food because I want my 200 grams of protein, and I go to the same gym, I do the same workout, obviously with progressive overload. That's how I am. And if I document my life and if I tell these stories in my authentic videos, I'm gonna tell it this way because that's me. That's who I am. And that's authentic to me. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. That's who I am. But like I said, my brother, he's very different, and you might be different, and Harvey, my buddy here, is different. That's fine. It's completely fine. But that's what people don't understand about this content. Like it is so natural to him that that arrogant tone and that arrogant style, and like with girls and parties and bottles and super like 50K on the shopping spree in Gucci, Prada, Hermes, whatever the fuck. I personally don't give a shit. So, well, it actually says that I watched this, but I skipped through it. That's quite ironic. But I wouldn't watch that. I don't give a shit. But it attracts people that love that, who are attracted in a, like in a content way to his content. They would watch that. They like that. When I came up, I was watching Hamza's content. You know Hamza, the self-improvement creator. I was watching all of his content. Why? Because he got girls. And I didn't get girls. I wanted to get girls. So I just watched all his videos to get girls. And I tried his texting techniques and it worked. So that's why I believed him. And then eventually he lured me into online business. And now I'm an entrepreneur and it worked. Not because of his advice, but just that's the route that I had. It's different for everyone. And I watched a bunch of Mike Thurston, his travel videos once. I was doing entrepreneurship at home, but I wasn't like wealthy enough to travel. I'm now currently in Colombia with Harvey Davies. Like we're just moving Airbnbs, and whenever this we might go to a new country. That's what I desired. So I watched Mike Thurston's content. You see, this authentic to him. It seems real. People feel like it's real, so they want to watch it. And for me, traveling content would be more real and like serious entrepreneurship value content. That's what I enjoy making, and that's why you're watching this video right now. Probably because you enjoy the value that I'm sharing and it makes sense to you, and it might be some information that you've never got. I'm actually curious, Harvey. Would you add anything to this? I think I'm kind of done yapping.
Yeah, I mean, just stay authentic. That's your.
Like for you, it's completely different. You had a pro trial in a Premier League club,
Yeah.
and he built a business around that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just stay authentic and do what you enjoy. Like me and Jan like the same things, but then again, there's other things that we don't
Slightly
enjoy.
different. Yeah.
Slightly different, but like that's what made the world so interesting. If everyone was the same, then
I think that's a great way to end this video. Dare to be yourself. Bro, he probably got so much hate from being this arrogant because he is super arrogant in these videos. But that's who he is. So if everyone would be the same, it would be super boring. And that's why he went so hard, because because he was consistent, because the stuff they was doing was outrageous, but mostly because he was himself. And that was it. Watch this video. If you want to see more of these reviews, click here. I know you want to click. Do that. Goodbye.